Boom, live. Didn't think I was going to make it. Oh, it is 1 minute past 11, but there you go. Made it on a Monday. I'll tell you what, I don't know if you can hear me. This microphone seems a bit loose. Hopefully, as soon as someone comes in, they'll let me know. I think I might have to look at that. The blue light's on, but I'm not convinced it's working. If it doesn't work, it will just go to my webcam mic, which may not be as good as sound, but we shall see. We see how we go. Okie dokie. Let's get going. What's happened there? Right, let's get going with some listing. Right, what's the first thing I'm going to list? I've got a whole load of trainers this weekend. So I'm going to list some of those. Doesn't seem like a Monday. Really weird. Seems more like a Sunday to me. But did 3 boot fairs this weekend. Hello, Pete Stride. I've got something I was going to show you. I don't know where to put it. Hang on a minute. While no one's here. Where's it gone? I pulled it up the stairs. I thought I must show Happy Chap that. Wait there. No, I can't find it. I don't want to be going off. Starting the stream and going off. It was a thermos flask. I shall list it and let you know about it later. Hello, Monkey Thrifter. Hello, William James. Hello, Tommy. Tommy. I was last week. Sales were pootling along as they do. And then I had 3 days. The bottom fell out of my market. As opposed to, well, no, what's that thing? Like the bottom falling out of your world, as opposed to when you have a curry when the world falls out your bottom. But yeah, 3 days, sales just totally dried up. And I thought, what's going on here? And I had a quick check around. My promotions had ended 3 days earlier. And the reason they had ended was because I like to redo them every week. So I went in, closed them all down, and then I went in too quickly to create them again. And you have to give it a little bit of time, 20 minutes or whatever it is, just for the computer to chug along and end all of the things. Because otherwise, if you create a sale, it will say, I've selected 48 items and you're expecting 600. So I thought, well, I'll go and do that in a couple of hours. You know, I'll get on with something else. And I forgot. So 3 days, no promotions, crapo sales. Literally my graph. I could show you my graph, but I'm not going to. It was like, boom, 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 3 days, or 4 days, actually. There was one good day. But since it's back on, 194, 169. Anything over, 100, 200, that's all very nice. Rich Hitch, how you doing? So there you go. Yeah, promotions. Big on promotions, I think, here. Most people like the old. Tommy likes the promotion, doesn't he? Tam and Bell Cell, good to see you. I'm going to stick my neck out and say you've never commented before. Always get that wrong. People say, I've been here for ages. Nia's been here for ages. Leanne has also been here for ages. It's lovely to have you both. And Happy Chap, I heard a rumour you got some Magic the Gathering cards. Well, no. The story behind the Magic the Gathering cards was it was about 6:05 in the morning at the Sutton Boot Fair. You know, you're looking at the first row of dross and the usual traders that are in that first row. And then saw a couple of just little boxes of Magic the Gathering cards. And I went like that. And Maria, Luke's sister, said, I've already bought those. I was like, But then in the little rummage box under the table, I did get these, which are just your sleeves, which I don't think I'll sell. I think you can sell that box for like a couple of quid, but these are useful. I mean, there's probably, I don't know, maybe 200 there, which might be useful, or I might sell them. So I got that for 50p. I might sell it. It might be worth a five, 6 quid. But the funny thing is that when Maria got home and was all set to check for her £1,000 Magic the Gathering cards, her boxes, which had Magic the Gathering all printed on it, she opened them up, and it was full of these. So she was not too happy. But there you go. These will be useful, but you know, when you're thinking, oh, I might get a Peter Stride card, no such luck. A wise man once said, eBay runs off promotions. Yeah, very true. Very true. Tam and Bell usually listen to my replays at your day job. I have a relaxing voice. Well, I'll tell you what, Tommy Bernard said this. I don't know if I do have a relaxing voice. To me, it's a bit of like just a Southeast London drawl, but you never like the sound of your own voice, do you? So there you go. It always sounds different. This weekend at the boot fair, to be honest, I wasn't really into it too much, even though I did do 3 boot fairs. The Saturday, I kind of got around and got some bits, and then I got home, and you would have seen the hall. I just thought, oh, it's just a load of like crappy old board games, just a load of like dross. But in actual fact, looking more into it, I'm glad I went to the second boot fair because I did pick up a couple of things there, which, you know, are probably like are going to get me 30 or 40 quid for you know, next to nothing outlay, paid £1 or something. So it's probably not as bad as I thought. And then on the Sunday, I'd had a stomachache all through the night, and I woke up with a stomachache. And going to a boot fair when you've got a stomachache is not the best thing in the world. And I just seemed to be like off the pace, one step behind. And Lee was there, so it was good to see him. But I saw him buy, and he was making some really good buys. And I just thought, I just off the pace here. And of course, when you see other people you know buying stuff, obviously you'd have liked to have got it. And when you're not feeling great at a boot fair, it's easy to get disheartened. But I think you have to shut yourself off in your own little world, really, and just sort of concentrate on what you're doing. And even so, like this weekend, I saw, you know, people I know. Luke got some really good stuff. Lee got some really good stuff. So you're obviously, human nature is you're disappointed you didn't get it. You didn't get there 5 minutes before. But you just got to have faith in the fact that you will find the stuff, and you know, pleased for them that they got it, because Lee got some. He got like a combi, but the price was like borderline, and I probably would have been on the same page as exactly where he was. But he also picked up a lovely rocking chair, like an Urkel rocking chair, and some like other nice bits. So I'm always pleased, like when people get it, and you know, if I'm feeling a little bit kind of like, oh, you know, what is it? You've just got to focus on yourself. You know, don't get down about others getting stuff. You know, it's great for them, and I'm happy for them that they found it. But there we go. So yeah, I did have a bit of gutsy ache this weekend, but when I saw Man City lost, that cheered me up a little bit. So there you go. Right, I better get on with some listing. So I did end up getting like, well, I got this. I saw a couple of people this weekend, and I am useless with names, as you well know. You know, people I meet every week, and people I've known for years, I get their name wrong. I saw 2 people. One I haven't seen for like probably about 5 years, and he was at the Hayes Boot Fair. And it's a guy called Gary Dunster, which I knew his name was Gary, and I know I used to see him at Tooting. and we used to sit next to each other at Greasby's auctions, just going, what an old tat this is. And I chatted to him loads, and I saw him at Hayes. He was like, all right, how you doing? I'm like, oh, all right. Cogs going round. Oh, yeah, it's Gary, yeah. But for ages, I couldn't remember his surname. And I was thinking, is it Gary Hurst? Is it? But I think Gary Hurst is another reseller. But then it came to me like, Gary Dunster. So good to see you, Gary. And then I saw Mark. Now, Mark, I probably saw around about 6 months ago, quite a few times actually at Sutton. And again, it was that, because I'm in the zone anyway, and because I had gut's sake, and at that point at that boot fair, I was just thinking, I just want to get home. And Mark, who I met a few times at Sutton, and I think he actually gave me, I seem to think he gave me a GameCube power supply and a digital radio, which was very kind of him. I probably would have said thank you at the time. And I saw him right at the end. So after the brain got in gear, and I was like, oh yeah, Mark, Sutton Boot Fair, Rose Hill, and he has a huge sort of gaming collection. I had a really good chat with him, and it was really, really nice to see him because I just bought a load of stuff off him. I hadn't bought that much. I bought a Wii, bought some trainers, bought a few bits and bobs. But he had, these aren't like hugely expensive games, but I just love picking up Dreamcast. Got a whole load of Sega Saturn, all in good nick. Really good nick. I've got a Sega Saturn that isn't working, so I do need to fix that. So it's just really, pleased to get them. And it did some really good prices on stuff. Like I got a PS1 Slim console only. He sold to me for £1. So can't say fairer than that. And a few other bits and bobs. So yeah, it was really good to see you. You cheer me up seeing him actually, and having a good old chinwag for about 10 minutes. So it's good to see you. All right, Damien's in. Look at all these, as Peter Ray would say, all these legends are in. William James. Let me go back. Lee's in. Cola Flipper. 10-minute tea break. I get all the important stuff done in the next 10 minutes, and then Lee can go. Mark's in. Rose is in. Master of Pieces. Good to see you. Richard, how you doing? Hope you're well. And let's list something. So, yeah, I've got loads of trainers. Well, I've got 4 pairs of trainers. I normally pay about £5 each for trainers, and 3 of these pairs were a £5. One I got with a DSI, which I don't think I've ever bought a DSI, and I was researching prices. They don't seem to be that much more than a DS Lite. And I got a DSI and a pair of pink. I've got loads of pink trainers, which is never a bad thing. Got them for £20. So it's £15 for the DS. Had a game with it called Electroplankton, which apparently is worth quite a bit of money. Well, £15. That's worth £15. But let's get on and list some of these trainers. So I do sometimes struggle with looking up trainers. All these Adidas ones have the article number. I think I tried the article number of one of these, and I couldn't find anything on Google. Tried Google Lens as well, but I did get there eventually. So yeah, very nice. Can't go wrong with that. It's a kind of I'm trying to fill in every single item specific. The recommended ones. They always ask you what the upper is, and the upper and the lower and the in-between of shoes. If it's trainers, I tend to just stick with synthetic. I mean, I don't know if that's a kind of cotton-based doobry what's it, but I'm just going to put synthetic. All right, let's get this one listed. So this is a Nisa. I've done a little bit of research on these. So I'm going to try for, if I search and I can't find it, normally I'd put it on for 25. So these are going on for $24.99 plus postage, and see how they do. We shall see. Here's something that I picked up. This was bought with a GPS electronic device. I'm just going to move the mic. There we go. And the GPS thing, he wanted a £5 for it, and he wanted £1 for this. So I obviously said, well, can you do a £5 for the both? Now, the GPS thing, I think, is worth around about... have I looked it up? It was... No, I obviously haven't looked it up. Or I haven't drafted it. I think it was worth around about 30 quid. So that's a £4 to a 30 quid flip. Now this, what's Lee saying? He's got templates set up for men's trainers and women's trainers. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I do it for clothes because my templates have all the measurements in. So I will pick like all the relevant measurements. So if I do men's shirt, it'll have pit to pit, top of collar to hem, back of collar to hem, shoulder seam to cuff. So there are different things for like short sleeve shirt, jacket, trousers. But for shoes, I would generally only have the title I use. So I'll copy paste that, and then condition. So excellent condition. I don't put a lot of description in my items, but yeah, it is an interesting one. So yeah, I'll maybe have a look at that. Hello, Chris. How you doing? Tam and Bell is a big fan of the Master of Pieces videos. Yes, me too. Listen to your... Well, it's the positivity, isn't it? Amazingly positive. Fantastic. I strive to be that positive. My natural habitat is kind of like half glass, half empty. Anyway, so this which cost £1, nothing on eBay, but did a Google search on it, and there was one, I think it was sold on Etsy or one of those sites, and it had gone for like $69.99. And I've stuck a battery in, like really clean battery compartment. So I'm going to try and sell this for $64.99. Just slightly yellowed on the plastic. But I think it is, I mean, it's got a date of 1970 on the base. I don't know whether that's kind of like the Miffy original copyright, but it certainly looks old. So I'm trying for $64.99 on that. So let's just chuck that in. I think I've decided what I'm going to do, and I probably have done this before, is just focus on getting loads and loads and loads and loads of drafts done. And then every day I'm just going to be plucking out £150 worth of drafts. But I want to kind of like sesh on listing, and I don't want to be making it all live. I want to sort of give myself a little bit of a buffer. And that way I can just wake up, make a load of things live, and then get on with sourcing is what I should be doing, really. Right. Country of manufacture. China. I'm probably like mistaken and this was made like a year ago or something. In fact, if it was made in China, well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm kind of thinking it might be vintage. Might be worth like 50p. Right, vintage 1970 Miffy alarm clock, Dick Brunner. So I've just nicked this title off the other listing on Etsy. Condition: used, tested and working. condition. I do wonder whether maybe I should put, like I say, my descriptions and my item descriptions most of the time are pretty minimal. I just copy in the title and I copy in my condition description. So, it's 2 lines taken from the above. Now, I did hear something that's, or I was reading that for better SEO, it's probably good to have a good amount of words in your description. So let me know if you've heard that, because anything that improves people actually looking at your stuff is always useful. Right, here we go. Number 2. This one I picked up off Mark, actually. I bought a load of gaming stuff, but I did get this. Bit of a weird one, because I've checked the pieces, and there seems to be. It says in the instructions that there should be 98 gold pieces, and there are 120. But it also says there should be 14 provision pieces, and these are these little kind of tiny counters of cardboard. No, there should be 16. There's 14. So there's 22 extra gold pieces, but 2 less provision pieces. And I really used to get hung up on it. It's got to be exactly what it said. Like, even like Trivial Pursuits, they give you extra bits, and I always put in the exact number and of wedges and stuff. I was speaking to Faye and Simon a few weeks ago, and they said, "Oh, if complete, as long as you can play the thing, they're kind of a little bit more kind of like laissez-faire than me." So, what did I get off them? I think I had a Disney Trivial Pursuit that had 1 question card. This is out of like 300 cards or 600 cards, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And they sent me the card, actually. So with that, I'm just being a little bit more relaxed. I have put it in the item description that it's complete to play the game. It's got all the little figurines. It's got all the main bits. There are actually extra gold pieces. I think that's a bit like money in Monopoly. You don't need 120 £10 notes. You can do it with 119. And I put there were 14 rather than 16 provision pieces. So we'll see how we do with that. I don't think they'll arrest me. It's all stated. I haven't put 100% complete in the title. I've just said great condition, boxed with instructions, and put a very, very long-winded description about. Well, I'll read it to you. I've kind of made out that it's always been mine. So I put great condition, unplayed. I've not played it. A few figures are slightly bent. That's just from being in the box. These, like when you get risk figures, sometimes they can go a little bit. Contains all the pieces it had when we got it, which was yesterday. It does say there are 16 provision pieces in the instruction booklet, but there are only 14, which is fine for playing the game. There are also 120 gold pieces rather than 100, so 20 extra. I think there's some discrepancy in the description, in the instructions. So there we go. I don't know how quick a seller these are, but stuff like this I think will go eventually. So that should be a good one to chuck on, especially as we're coming up to Q4. Really, I always think of September as the start of it. So yeah, let's get that one on. Lee's gone already. That 10 minutes it whizzes past, doesn't it? And we've been going for 23 minutes. Well, good to see you, Lee. Get back to work, slacker. I don't know. What did I used to? I used to sort of, when I worked, I was always looking up the BBC Sports site. What's best? Extend your dispatch time or use the time away function? Personally, I've never used the time away. I always increase my dispatch, but we always used to go away for weeks, so I could increase it to, I think 5 days used to cover me if I got everything absolutely up on the ball. And then whilst I was away, I just used to say it. If I went away for a week and someone ordered something on the Monday, I used to message them and just say, I'm away at the moment, but it'll be dispatched on the Monday. But that's what I used to do. Peter Ray, how you doing? Pete was selling at Hook Boot Fair. I hope you did well. Neil's here, so time to do a camera. Hobby games always sell, especially closer to Xmas. Yeah, close to retail on many. It's the first of a trilogy, and the third just came out. Might reignite interest. So I picked this up. See, I'm a camera expert. I get it the right way around. Konica C35V. Bloke clearing out his dad's place, I think. It's in okay condition. Sometimes when I look at these lenses and they kind of have a, I don't know, sometimes I think, is that clear? Perhaps I'll try and give it a little clean with some alcohol or something. But I did look this up. Now, I don't think it's perfect. Some of this is beginning to sort of peel away a little bit. And I'm not too sure. Normally, these cameras, you can stick in one of those stubby little batteries and test them. But this one is a little coin battery, which I might have. Let's have a look. Hopefully it's one of these. So I paid £3 for this, and I got a couple of other bits. One of the other bits I got, I was going to show Happy Chap. It was a thermos flask, because I know he loves his thermos flask. Right, let's have a look. Takes it nearly so on the ball. LR44. Let's have a look. Oh, that looks similar. They're using a different coding here. Oh, let's just try it. If it blows it up, then we'll know. Good for 35. Well, I think I did a little bit of research. Maybe I'm getting above my station now. I was thinking, what does the camera actually do? Probably just winds on the film or something. I thought it did something to the range finder on it. I don't think that battery's working either. So I'll test them with a multimeter and get the right battery in. But I did a little bit of research, and this is why it's more useful talking to Neil. What did I come up with? I came up with someone trying to sell it for 70 quid. Is the needle moving in the viewfinder? No, I think the battery's dead, to be honest. I'll give it one last go. Let's have a look. I didn't even see a needle. Oh, hang on. There is. There's something going on. Yeah, it's very difficult to see this needle. How the hell do you wind it on? Is that it? It's on 60. And if I put it over here, I can't see a thing because I'm looking out the window. Yeah, it's gone up to like 250 or something, I think. Yeah, very difficult to see that needle because I can only see it because it sort of slightly blocks out the yellow bit. So yeah, it seems to be cheese. Say cheese. Just drop something. Don't tell anyone. So yeah, I'll have a bit more look at that. But like I say, Neil, someone was trying to sell one for 70. Is that ridiculous? I'm trying to get things sold. I'll have another little bit of research on it now. Let's have a look. Konica C35V point. Well, let's just do copy Konica C35V. Open up eBay, paste, search, condition, used, on the buy it now, and it says someone's trying to sell one for 45, someone's trying to sell one for 37, or best offer. I think it might be right, you know. Someone has sold one for 45, someone has sold one for 50, excellent condition. This also had the flash unit, which probably is, you know, not much use at all. And I can't find a £70 one at all, which is probably like, it doesn't surprise me. So I had drafted in $69.99. I'm going to change that to $39.99, and if it doesn't go, we'll put it down to 35. Save that as later. Yeah, at the lens cap, but had a case, but it was a Canon case. But there you go, not too worried. That's working. List it up. Yeah, $39.99 plus $3.79 postage. See how it does for a little bit, and then bring it down accordingly, I think. But thanks for that. Always very useful talking to Neil about cameras. He knows his onions. Right, what have I missed? It's Lee. Hello, Lee. Retro Pursuit. I mentioned to you at the start of the stream. You're going to have to rewind. I was just saying I was slightly off the pace yesterday as I was following you around going, oh, that looks very nice, as Lee's doing the deal on various combis and things, filling the trolley. And yeah, I had stomachache yesterday when I was talking to Gary Dunster. Actually, I was very bad because he said, "How are you?" And when anyone asks you that sort of question, you should always go, "Yeah, I'm really well," even if you're feeling like complete crap. And I was like, "Oh, I'm so." So as soon as I said it and walked away from it, I regretted it. I thought, "Why am I doing that? I haven't seen the guy in 5 years. He's going to think I'm a right miserable bit." But yeah, I was. No, it's great to see everyone. I can't wait to get to the next boot fair. Luke found some cracking stuff at Hook. One time I don't go there, he goes and has a ball there. He got a Game and Watch, but I can't complain because I have picked up a box Game and Watched this year. I'd actually, on the Saturday, I met a guy at Priest Hill who had got a Game and Watch game called Greenhouse. Rare, probably worth a couple £100. And I was like, oh, brilliant. And I said, did the usual, do you want to sell it? And he goes, well, if you want to give me like £80, which is probably about what it's worth, because it wasn't box, pretty beat up. I said, oh, no. But let me take a photo of it. So I took a photo of it and sent it to Luke, just as a bit of a wind-up, going, oh, yeah, So he'd think I found another one. What happens? Next day, he goes to Hook Boot Fair and finds a boxed, I think it was Donkey Kong or Donkey Kong Jr. So there you go. It teaches me to wind people up. Right. Let's have a catch up. Ag 13 is the same as LR44. Yeah, it did look the same. Thanks, Mark. Neil's having a belt in time on eBay. eBay, I do like an old analogy. I used to come up with loads like, eBay is like going fishing. You want loads of fishing rods in. This is whole listing analogy. Or eBay is like a sausage machine. eBay is like a penny fountain. You need to put in the listing things. None of these analogies was quite right. But eBay is like a beautiful woman. No, eBay is like a little bit like a lighthouse. Sometimes, eBay shines a light on you, and sometimes it doesn't, and you just have to recognise that and do the best you can to get that light shone on you, which I think after years of research, I've come to the conclusion that it's like listing regularly, good stuff, obviously, Someone said this. I was going on about listing every day, and there was a comment saying, "All the extra stuff you get, it's got to be all right, isn't it?" Yeah, you can't list dog turds on there. So listing regularly, and promotions. I know it could be controversial, but I'm gonna put it out there. Okay, let's catch up on the chat. You're probably all talking to each other. PMSL. Needle moving in. Seals will be knackered. Yeah, the seals, the foam had disintegrated or whatever it is. So yeah, I suppose I need to put that in. Peter Ray was talking about hook. Batteries purely for the light meter. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought all the winding is you're doing mechanically, so it's not as if it's running any motor there. But I will put about the seals. Little flashes sell for a tenner plus shipping. Well, maybe I'll put the price up then. Maybe I'll where is it? Have I drafted it? Maybe with that little flash unit, I will go $44.99. So it's £10 up on what you said. We'll see how that goes. See, I never know whether they're actually going to work. It's a Rolly. Looks like it could do with a clean. Do these? Yeah, it's got dust all over it. I'll stick that in for an extra $5 and just say it's untested. Where does it get its power from? Is that from the LR44 or does a battery go in here somewhere? Let me know. Peter Ray, yeah, Peter Ray was there. Sausage machine. eBay is like, what else is eBay like? A whole stream of analogies. Mark only here's a controversial one. He only lists on promotion weekends. That's not a bad idea. No, I know lots of people who will take listings down and then relist them. So we've recently had the 75% off final value fees. So it's always a good idea to try and list as much stuff for as much money as possible and also to get it sold. So I will always push like offers to watchers. Say, God, if I get this sold now, you actually save on promotional fees. And I'll try and I may well pass that saving on to the, to the person buying it just to get it sold. Always take advantage of these things. Look at you all talking about your camera things. Tea cakes and funky. Okay. Me, I just sort of like see a camera and go, oh, that's all right. As long as it's £2 or under, I'll have it. So yeah, that won't work. 2 AAs. Oh, all right. Well, would get power from the flash. Wouldn't get power from that cell battery. No, I didn't think it would. I don't know why it's with it. I've got no idea. I mean, it could have been that it was supposed to go with the Canon. I've got no idea. Well, I'll just stick it with it. Say it's untested. Try and get an extra £5. We'll see what happens. I won't read that out, William, but that's very funny. I'm only not reading it just in case my missus hears it. eBay's like the weather. It's very philosophical one from Peter Ray. One day it's gloomy, and the next day it's shiny. All right, they're going inside. Thank you, Mark. Let's have a look. Oh, he's right, Dun, 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 dun. Well, it looks like it will clean up okay. But that's one for later. Okay, the first thing I bought at Hayes was this, and it was off the £10 man, who I haven't seen in a while, which is basically the man who used to go to Rose Hill Boot Fair, and he's house clearance, and he's got loads of stuff, loads of people always around his van, and he's a big stocky grey-haired guy, and you ask him anything, how much is this? £10. Oh, right. Would you take 8? No, 10. Everything's £10. It could be like a rubber duck on wheels or like a gold bar. It's all £10. Very strange. There were two of these kits. One of them had a load of like rubbish in, like it was an old broken train, and so the kit wasn't in there. So I said, "How much are those?" And he went, "Oh, £10 each." And I said, "One of them's just got a load of rubbish in." He went, "Oh, I didn't know whether he was taking a mickey out of me." He's going, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I didn't know that it was." So I was just like, "Well, it is 6 o'clock in the morning. I won't rise to any bait." I said, "That's all right, mate. Pleasant as pie I was." Anyway, so I bought this one, and I actually said, "Would you take 8?" Fully expecting him to say, "No, 10." He did say 8. So maybe he was genuinely apologetic about it all. Let's have a quick look. I'm hoping. These model kits ain't half bad, actually. I haven't bought a boat, but yeah, I had a lot of the military stuff. And even stuff that has been, begun to be built. If you can get it cheap, I mean, £8 is probably. I didn't want to pay £8 until I'd rather pick that up for like under a fiver. But I just had a thought. It looked complete, and I thought it was good. Normally, I'd try and pick stuff up if it looks like it's been used. £2. Right. HMS Prince. Not the singer. That will be a boat. That would be a party boat. An Airfix Classic. Solds. I'm hoping 30 plus. Hello, here's one here. It sold for 51. They put brand new, but I can see the box is split. It's Trinity Hospice Trading Limited. Nice one, charity shop. Typical blooming charity shop. Yeah, it's new. Yeah, but it's a great big. Someone's sat on the box. Yeah, but it's new. Has it got all the bits? Yeah, it's got all the bits. It hasn't got all the bits. Thank you, charity shop. £37.99 on bids. 40 quid on bids. I don't normally do this, but let's order it by price. Oh, no exact matches. What have I done here? HMS Prince. Look like it's 904. There we go. Airfix 904. £77. Sealed bag. No instructions to take your box. I don't think this is a sealed bag, but it's a bag. That to me, there are a few bits that have come off the sprues, but I don't think anyone's attempted to build it. So 77. Let's just order this by price. Like I say, I don't normally do this. Yeah, 77 is the highest, then 51. Okay, I think I might go. I'm thinking of going 70. So, yeah, £8 to 70. That'll be all right. Chuck the flash in the bin. All right then. The price goes back down to $39.99. Another thing for the bin. I've got to go down my local dump at some point. I've got loads of stereos and consoles, which is just knackered. Maybe I could sell them for parts, but they're just going. Like I've literally got probably more than a car full of stuff. All electronics. There's a lesson there somewhere. But I do love the electronics when it works. 70 quid, I think, for this draft. What am I doing? I've gone into a kind of like the realm of eBay where I'm not talking. I'm just sort of like, let's go back and just do a sell similar and change the price. Did anyone get any good pickups this weekend? Do let me know. Sell one like this. I did sell the Girls and Panzer. Yeah, thanks for asking, Pete. It went the same day, I think. Now, that one, there were 3. And I can't remember how much I paid. It could have been like, there are actually 3 biggish models. One which looks unused and one that looked used. It had one of the tracks missing. And there was Girls and Panzer. Now, they all sold. I'm going to say I paid a tenner. It was around about a tenner for all 3. And there were 2 little ones as well. 2 tiddlers. Let's have a look at orders. Let's look up Girls and Panzer. Last 90 days. Got to be in the last 90 days, isn't it? Item title. Here we go. Girls and Panzer. Sold for 25. And let's see if I can look up the others. One of them sold just over a week ago. There's a Tamiya open sealed contents sold for 15, and the other Tamiya sold for 8. So that is 48, and I've still got the 2 little kits. So I think it was about £10. They've sold for around about 48 so far. So if the other 2 sell for like £6 each, it's £60. Minus fees, probably made about 30-ish quid on them, 30, 40 quid, something like that, off the top of my head. Girls and Panzer. I just enjoyed saying Girls and Panzer. Tim, who's a big on his Pokemon and his general Japanese, culture, pop culture and manga and all that stuff, knew what it was straight away. He said, yeah, Girls and Panzer is and I googled it and watched these crazy girls ride around in tanks, all in manga style, and it's quite bonkers. You rabbiting on in Japanese. It was quite something. Girls and Panzer. Right, let's try $69.99 for that model kit. I haven't done the photos yet. Got to do them later. I'll do another pair of shoes. How are we doing for time? 12 minutes left. Then it's cup of tea and biscuit time. I've got a few things that have got to go. What's got to go today? I've got 12 outstanding things to post. One of them is the overpriced Le Creuset, which I bought. Size G oval, but the bottom was stained, not burnt, not chipped, not, chunks of enamel missing, just stained. Someone's been cooking, I don't know, blueberry pie in there or something. That sold for, so I bought it for 30. And when you hate guys who just will not move on price. I hate the guys who sell me stuff and it's too expensive, and I'll get home and I think, why did I do that? It did have the lid and the knob on the lid. And I kind of was thinking, well, the knob on the lid's worth the money. But I bought it for 30. I've sold it for, how much did I say? Not very much. I didn't enjoy the flip, but I'm kind of glad it's gone. I sold it for 45 plus £10 postage. So the postage will cover all the postage. It will probably cover the fees just. So I might have made a tenner on that. I don't really like that kind of thing. But you live and learn. I should never have bought it. Your buying price has got to be right. And that's a classic example. but it's kind of like left me a little bit of money. I did try Milton. Yeah, I tried Oxy Clean. I tried elbow grease. I tried pink stuff. I tried bleach. You talk about Milton, which is mild bleach. I tried bleach, which probably wasn't a good thing to do, but it seemed to be okay. I tried leaving it out in the sun. I tried very fine, kind of very, very, very fine kind of sanding of it. But yeah, there we go. Right. Chuck the flash in a bin. Take the broken stereos and electronics to a car boot. Only if it's one which is very, very far away and nobody knows who I am. Discussions have been, had about this sort of thing. But of course, the worrying thing is I'm a world famous reselling celebrity who, regularly has the entire nation waiting on his every word about reselling. And if I do that, then I'm stuffed. It will be in the papers and everything. No, it will go down the electronic recycling. You got a 1974 Batmobile for 20p. Now that is quite interesting. I wonder, when I was growing up, we had the Batman and Joker bridge blow up set. And it was kind of like the TV Batman from the 60s in a car, plastic. So probably not the one you've got. I had the die-cast one, which had a blade that comes out the front and 3 red missiles you could fire, which choking hazard, obviously. 70s, why not? But the one, it was my brother actually had it. We had the box and everything, and it had a red plastic kind of air thing that you pressed, and it popped up, and it had BAM written on it. Happy days. Neil has a box of broken Muse. You're trying to work out which one George Ross goes to. Yeah, somewhere in Essex. I've got a broken Mew 1, which I'm selling. The shutter didn't go on it, so I'm just trying to sell that as parts. Kathy, sorry I'm so late. I was very polite of you, Kath. Don't worry about it. A lot of people aren't even here. Tea cakes. Bought a box of 60 pigging ornaments. Now, I bought a load of... I can't even remember the name of them, but it was little country houses. The Happy Chap bought some as well, Pete Stride, and he said, I bought those, I wish I never had. And I bought them. There was a whole box of them for 15 quid. Thankfully, they all went on Facebook Marketplace. I think I sold them for 25. I was so glad to get rid of them. I can't remember. Little quaint villagey, this big. I can't remember what they're called. I never buy them again. Pure Retro. As a former music collector, are you ever a former music collector? Does it ever leave you? You often look at CDs. SACDs are worth looking out for. Yeah, Nazi has talked about, and probably Nick as well, a certain type of tape. They may well have talked about SACDs, but a lot of the time it does go in one ear and out of the other with them. I should hold on to this information. I should hold on to that. So thanks for pointing that out. SACD. Let me note that down and Google it. I'm sure there's a little symbol on the spine or something. But like I say, I do always forget all this stuff. Lilliput Lane. Oh, bloody horrible things. Yes. Yeah, because I got them and then started researching them. And, when you start researching something, it's like £3 or £4, or the highest you can get is about 5. And you're like, I've got 15 of these. And you think, well, I could bundle them together, but then you've got to post these things that can easily get broken. Yes. I was really pleased to get rid of those. Happy Chap. It would be a real who intentionally sold Duff Electricals without declaring it. And Happy Chap knows. he had a bad experience buying 10 videos. Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I've had people sell me or have taken an interest in stuff, electrical stuff, and they've said, it doesn't do this. And they've let me know, and I really appreciated that. I don't think I could go to a boot fair and get rid of loads of stuff because I hate the people who do it to me with a passion. You know, I have got a mental note of about half a dozen resellers or traders at boot fair, some of who are resellers, who have sold me stuff that has been duff, and I'm like, never again. So I don't mind putting it on eBay as spares and repairs, or if that's not going to work, I'll just take it down the electrical recycling. Neil used to come back with more stuff than he went with. Yeah, you don't want to be doing that. Google a local scrap metal yard. I will do, and I do actually know the local scrappy, but you know, I'd normally just give them actual stuff which has got a good percentage return on scrap metal. I don't think they're going to take a boombox. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I could be wrong on that. Who knows? Look out for the hippie-looking logo on the box. Okay, well, we'll Google that. Thanks, Pure Retro. Richard, do check out. He's just done a video, and he was up at Apps Court, and I did think I might pop along. But when I woke up with gut ache on the Sunday, I was kind of like, oh, I'm just going to go to the easiest one, which was either Hook or Hayes. But you're up there with Flipping Sloth, so I can't wait to catch up on that. Yeah, everyone check it out. Check out Richard and his latest vid. One more pair of trainers. I've got 3 minutes. And again, I've got 3 pairs off one bloke, and I'll a pair off another guy with this DSI. Lovely condition. And again, this upper is, well, it feels like cotton, but I will just describe everything as synthetic. So I think I have taken photos for these. I'm trying to, my usual photos for, I mean, I've tried a few different things. It's normally kind of first pictures at an angle like that, and then I try and do like maybe 6 shots of around. But I'm trying to do this thing of, I can't do it on here at all, but trying to do it like that. And it's so funny how some people can make this look really good, but with not much movement, you can make it look really bad. It's there. I think I've got some all right pictures. I need to work on, and one thing I'm using a really bad camera, like on my old Samsung phone, which is ridiculous because we've got some nice cameras around the house, and also I don't use a tripod, so I should pay maybe a little bit more attention to my photos, because obviously a picture will sell it. And I try and use a white background, and I think sometimes I have used that app that puts a white background around it, not the eBay one, like a good one. But I think, oh, maybe I should just get a couple of. You can get like not vinyl flooring. What's it called? Like the boards that you use for flooring. That clip together. I don't know what they're called. And you just make a little background, like a little wooden background or a little whatever colour you want. And I think, oh, maybe I should do that. My lighting as well. I mean, I try and photo when it's really, really light. And sometimes I think it's too light because there's this kind of like haze, almost like a soft focus. It doesn't seem to focus. And photographing against white, the balance goes out all over the place. But yeah, I need to sharpen up on my photos, I think. Right, let's get these in. It's me thinking I drafted some of this up. I can't find this at all. Oh, here we go. These are Stan Smiths. Yeah, these are the Stan Smiths. Excellent condition. You can never get the right light white balance. Yeah, well, I find if I'm photographing anything that's white or anything that's black, it's always better against a wooden background, light wooden background. Anything that's got the vibrant color is okay against a white background, but it is difficult. These ones I think these are going for 25 as well. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, $24.99. Let me just draft this up. I think I've taken photos for these, so I can drop this in and actually make it live. I'm a minute over already. Yeah, the photos are there. My angled photos are there. 12 pictures. Nice. Tam and Belt has had a bad run with 40 electrical items. It does happen, yeah. I've had bad runs, and then especially with big stuff as well, you don't want. It's a real pain when big stuff doesn't work. And there's been a few things recently that, like there was a combi before Hayes. I think it was the midweek one at Hook. There was Panasonic combi video. I think it was a 49V, but they wanted 60 quid, and 60 is just. I offered 30 because I think if you're selling it for parts, you're probably looking at 50 or 60. So it's always a difficult decision. And also, I'd known where it had come from as well. It had come from a dump store, which doesn't mean anything. People should be like putting it there. But yeah, it's hard sometimes. But it does turn around. Like I say, I bought PS1 Slim for £1, and that I've just tested it and that works. So that's nice. Right. Photos. I use OneDrive for photos, but I'm never know whether I'm logged in. Why haven't they gone up? Oh, they've gone up. There they are. Boom, going in. Right, Richard and Tea Cakes are talking about something which I've completely missed. There is a buyer for everything in the end. That's very true, but what else are you saying? I got rid of the 3 I had after a year. I'm really trying to make sure I don't have stuff over 6 months. I don't, I could store it, but I don't think it's good for the rest of the store. I'm seeing people who have maybe 200 items on their store. They all list between 5 and 10 a day, good value items, and they're sold. And that to me seems like the ideal thing. And I'm sure eBay would like that something's coming in and going out. Yeah, you could hold on to it for more money, but in actual fact, if you get the money in hand and then you go out and get something else that's, will sell, it keeps that momentum going. But obviously people have different models which they, will run their shop on. So there's no right way or wrong way. Okay. Oh, they want an NPN. So the NPN, I'm going to put the old article number in. This was one I couldn't find, actually. Probably because I can't blooming read it. GO1351 or G01351. Model, Stan Smith, I guess. Even though it's sort of saying Aladdin below. Oh no, that's character. Stan Smith. So this is me trying to fill out all of my recommended item specifics. Theme, Stan Smith. Fabric type. So it feels like cotton. It looks like cotton, but I'm going to put synthetic because I really don't know. There's no, sometimes shoes have a symbol, little leather symbol. These don't at all. It's not even giving me synthetic because it's some other random thing. So fabric type, blended fabric, boucle, canvas, chambray, chiffon, corduroy, crepe, crochet, damask. What does it mean? Ridiculous. Right, it's low top. 39.5, I think, on the shoe size. Yes. Australian shoe size. I mean, very important that I put the Australian shoe size in there. There we go. List with displayed fees. Slow day tea cakes dropped her standards. Yeah, you've got to keep relisting, haven't you? I think that's very important to do, which is why I'm going to build up a load of drafts and just make it easy for myself, really, and just go in every day. I think then you can decide what level you want to operate at, because if you've managed to really crack on and you've got like 50 drafts, you might have 100 drafts, and you can go, okay, well, I'm going to decide I want to do £100 a day. Say I want to sell £100 a day. I could be listing £100 a day minimum. So you could be plucking out your £100 a day. You could be doing 150, 200, 250 a day, 300 a day. I know people who are. There's a wasp on my window. I know people. Let me just open this window. It could be £1,000 a day, depending on what level you're at. If you're just starting, it might be £50 a day, just to get into that habit of this has got to be a regular thing. And I think that's well worth doing. But building up drafts, I think, gives you that flexibility. You could, schedule listings. If you're going away, another good thing to do is schedule listings if you're not going to be at a computer. I'm a girl today. Did I say she? Sorry, Dave. I know you're a Dave. Hello, Dave. Yeah, I think there maybe is an assumption that you're a woman, tea cakes. News just in. You've had the change. Who knows? Sorry about that, Dave. You can call me Sheila if you want to. Anyway, I hope you've had. I hope you had a good week. Hope you've enjoyed that. Another hour and 8 minutes. As always, have an absolutely fabulous day. Tea cakes. I'm sure she's going to do brilliantly. Have a look at her. Well, I don't think she has a YouTube channel, but it's always very, very nice having her in. She goes by the name of Dave. But yeah, have a great day. Tap Peddler, subscribe to Tap Peddler, obviously. He uses Gray's line over on. I've got a sneaky suspicion that Tap Peddler is catching up and he's maybe half an hour behind, but I might be wrong. But have a great week, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you next week. See you later.